Go. Welcome, everybody, to PSVG's Nintendo Shack. That's right, the Shack is back. And this week we bring guests. Jason was supposed to be on the show tonight, but apparently he's been taken away from us. I'm not sure what's happening. I just got a quick message. Hey, I'm out. So we're last minute. We're on the fly here. We're making moves. But that's okay because a challenger approaches. We've brought on a new guest. I tweeted all day. There's the hint. Like the pants. I got all these questions. Tell Sean when he's coming on my podcast. I'm afraid we're not going to be able to do that tonight because Sean's not on the show. What we have here is Chelsea. Miss Chelsea Capri, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited. And I'm the better half anyway. So
That's true. At least by Shack standards. That's very true. Joining me in the Shack, as always, is Caroline. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. I'm glad to be back after I got pushed out last week. During the chaos of I wasn't allowed in because I hadn't played Xenoblade Chronicles, and then everything hit the fan with the Game Awards, and I'm live chatting you guys and not making my screaming voice known. It's okay. It probably would have been really distracting.
I also say I don't think if you were on the podcast we would have gotten much from you. You'd have just muted us and been like, shh, 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 shh. I'll get back to the podcast in a minute. I'm watching this.
Yeah.
Okay, so Chelsea, here in the Nintendo Shack, we typically kick off with some sort of what you playing or like some news.
Yep.
I'd like to know what you've been playing, and then I'd also just tell us about you and why you like Nintendo, and just kind of for those that may not know you. I'm pretty sure all of our listeners do, but for those that may not, let's give them a little introduction.
Well, that's pretty neat that people know me, so that I'll take that. But so I guess right now what I'm playing Mom, so I'm not playing a lot of games, unfortunately. But what's been awesome in my life is Animal Crossing. I'm not a big mobile gamer, but if you know me, you know I love Animal Crossing more than pretty much anything in the world. And so I'm willing to cut it some slack for not being, the perfect Animal Crossing game, because I can play it while I'm feeding Link and not have to commit to anything, and it's kind of this perfect little game right now for me. So sadly, that is what I'm playing right now.
Sure.
I really wanted to start Chef Brigade. Sean was playing it, and it looked really, really fun. So I wanted to start that, but unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to start that one yet. So
it's like an infection that has taken over PSVG. Kevin reviewed Battle Chef Brigade with PSVG's official chef, Justin Warner from the Food Network. And they both went gaga over it, and they loved it so much. And then the reviews hit, and everybody else liked it. So then, like, Josh and I think Justin and maybe Seth, like, everybody is starting to get into it. I still haven't, and I don't really have their Tyler can't stop streaming. Everybody's telling me how amazing the game is. It's like the little game that could.
It looks awesome, and I love like match 4 sort of games, and it's kind of got every other aspect to it too. So I don't know, it looks pretty cool, but I haven't had a chance to play it, but I've watched it. It looks pretty neat. And a little bit about me, I guess. My past with Nintendo is pretty significant. I've been playing Nintendo for a really long time. My favorite games are Dr. Mario and probably Mario 3. I'm pretty awesome at Dr. Mario. Just putting it out there. If anyone ever wants to play online on the Wii U, I'm always down. I think it's Dr. Luigi, but same thing. And yeah, that's me. Pretty basic, but
we didn't get to talk about it last week, but I remember the story, and I knew that since both of you two, all rights, just put my cards on the table. I've been wanting to get the two of you together for a while because I see you guys tweeting about some of the same things. And I'm like, I bet these two would hit it off. Chelsea actually was, I think I just creeped up on one of her tweets. She's always tweeting at Andrea Renee and the What's Good Games girls. And she was like, I want girls to talk to you about games. And I was like, we should have you over here. We've got one. And which is just as...
We're about to talk.
Yeah, there you go. It's like similarly creepy when I met Caroline for the first time. I was like, you should come join my podcast. Like, we could use you. But you both are still playing the Animal Crossing Pocket. I'm not. I can't. I couldn't do it.
I noticed because every time I ask you to help me in the quarry, you haven't been there for 2 days.
Nope.
So what don't you like about it?
I think it's boring.
No.
I mean,
no.
But
it's one of those things that you routinely check up on. Like, I mean, the 3-hour thing is perfect because that's about every time that I keep checking on all my stuff.
Here's the thing. And Caroline, we kind of talked about this. I don't know. I feel like the lack of a house, like the lack of
but you have your
camper.
But being truly like indebted to something, like I don't know. I
don't
honestly
know.
can't. I just wasn't feeling it.
Did you upgrade your camper? Because you do get like the same mortgage and all that. Like you can add a second floor to your camper.
I didn't
like
get a second floor. No, what I did is I played it for like the first 2 days. I think I said on the podcast, I was like, this is kind of Mitomo-ish. Like I'm not really super digging this. And then I collected some fruit and went fishing and all that. I gave it to my daughter, huge Animal Crossing fan. I was like, hey, play this. Tell me what it is. Tell me why I should keep playing it. She played it. She showed me some stuff, and I was like, no, it's just not for me. And I just turned it off. She's still playing. I think she's still playing under my profile. So she's really digging it.
That's why you're on today, then. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, no, she's still playing it on my tablet. She has my tablet from work, and she's been playing it. But yeah, I just couldn't get into it. But what I wanted to say was there was a news story last week. I think Eurogamer ran it. That the game had like some trouble development and was like originally like a city builder game. Which when I first read the news, I was like, that seems pretty cool. I could be down for like an Animal Crossing take on like a Sim City or like a street builder type of thing. That'd be kind of cool. And I just wanted to riff off of you guys. What do you guys think?
Well, I mean, that's kind of what we've gotten recently in New Leaf. I mean, you're basically building the village or the town or whatever you're doing. So I feel like that could be a possibility. I don't know if they want to take it that big, just because the folksy element of it is kind of what's charming about it. And it's what people are interested in when it comes to it. Like the city part of City Folk was kind of like, oh, great. But I think kind of having like that little strip in New Leaf that we had of like all of the little towns that was just connected to the actual little village was just fine. I don't know if we would want to build something more than just upgrading stores, like upgrading Nookingtons and stuff. That's my 2 cents. Like I feel like it will lose the appeal if you go too big.
Oh no, I agree with. I was thinking more like you're the mayor making the decisions as all your city people kind of, it's almost like a God sim. Like you're just kind of making decisions over the world.
What if you can have all 300? I can't remember how many there are. 333 villagers or something. What if you can have all 333 villagers at your disposal?
That'd be cool. And like when we mentioned, I don't have that collector's thing that you do with the villagers. Like I just don't have that tie.
So we'd get along then because I like to collect too. So
see, Caroline, what have you been playing?
I've been playing Animal Crossing on the iPhone. I am kind of upset because they made Android users have a exclusive Google type thing, which is if you see people running around with their rainbow cap or whatever and their rainbow accessories. They gave those out to people that downloaded from the Google Play Store. So luckily my husband has a Android and I'm been meaning to get him to log onto mine through there so I can get the rainbow items because I'm pathetic.
I didn't realize those were exclusive. That's pretty cool.
Do you have an Android?
I do.
Yeah. Okay. So
we both rock the Pixel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great phone.
I think Brian has one too.
Nice.
The Google phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So y'all are all set. Old habits die hard with me. I am obsessed with Apple, and it took me forever to get back from a MacBook to a Windows computer. So anyway, aside from that, I've also been playing the mobile game that I always throw a bone to, the Disney Magic Kingdoms app. They are having their winter or Christmas event this time around, which since they did Frozen last year and that wrote the book on winter, they have Snow White this year because like a snow, Christmas, winter, or whatever.
Sure.
And they actually have all 7 dwarves to collect, plus Snow, no Prince, and the Evil Queen. So that's going on at least through, I think, almost the beginning of the new year. Working on that.
And so that's a game? Sorry, I always thought that was for you're like at Magic Kingdom. Oh no, have I like opened something up and now we need an extra hour for the show?
I've converted. Okay, so Kevin and I had both been playing this before we even knew each other. And we had both been playing this obsessively. I mentioned it once on game and I got Kyle into it. And then from Kyle, who else did I get in on it? I don't know, but like there's about 3 or 4 people in PSVG now that are just like playing this game because I mentioned it on stream one night. But I highly recommend it if you're a Disney fan and you love collecting stuff. Yeah, okay. If you love collecting all of the characters, you basically get to create your own theme park based off of the Magic Kingdom. And you collect all of the characters and you set them to do tasks and get currency. And
that sounds amazing.
Oh gosh, it's wonderful. It's been out since get it right now.
Okay, everyone, hold on.
There's another one.
We have another conversion. Aside from mobile, played Breath of the Wild DLC. It was wonderful. I beat it in about between 6 to 8 hours. That's nice. All I did Friday, and Friday was my birthday, so it was like a wonderful birthday present to get dropped like the Thursday before. So Friday after work, I played it, and then I beat it Saturday afternoon. It was long, but it wasn't as long as people are like, oh my gosh, this is so ridiculous that I have to go through all these hoops. I'm like, guys, this is like half of the $20 of DLC that you have to, that you're paying for. I would much rather it be longer than and a grind than, to be nothing. But I really liked it. The cutscenes were wonderful. I'm really upset that there's not going to be more DLC. And I have been riding around on a little motorbike, like chilling like a villain. And then we get to
the motorbike actually fast. Like I know the horses. I don't feel like you're any faster when you play on the horse, but
no, the horse or the motorbike is actually probably maybe 1.5, if not 2 times as fast as the horse speed.
Nice.
Wow.
But you have to fuel it with like materials. So
really?
I mean, all of those hundreds of materials, it really takes forever for the fuel tank to go down.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, like, I haven't had to refuel mine yet. But I've got hundreds of, apples and hundreds of.
So does it take anything?
Yeah, just materials.
Okay.
So if you've got spare stuff that like bug parts, I never use bug parts in my potions and stuff. I just basically exclusively cook food. I don't use elixirs. So there's that. But Xenoblade has been quite a difficult situation. Number one, I just want to say that I was normally not going to pre-order this game, but I did. And I pre-ordered it through Best Buy Gamers Club Unlocked because everybody recommended that after my issue with Amazon not getting Super Mario Odyssey to me that day, even though it was supposed to be there on release day. Xenoblade did not get to me on release day. Best Buy does not have their own Amazon truck that they do in the city of Atlanta that does the deliveries on their own. They use UPS. UPS and I are no longer friends. UPS and I will never have a relationship again if I can avoid it. FedEx will be getting all of my business. This thing was on the truck I'm sorry. First of all, it was late. It wasn't even in Atlanta the day that it was supposed to be in Atlanta, delivered to my house. 3 days, it was not even, no, it got to, sorry, golly. I mean, basically here, okay. The end of the story is it took 5 days after release day to get to my house. I open it and it's broken. Like the case was busted. Okay. Bubble mailer was a big mistake on Best Buy's part, but come on. I was so angry. I had to go all the way, even though it's literally 4 miles away from my apartment, I had to drive over to the nearest Best Buy, which is over in Buckhead, which is probably a 30-minute drive just in the middle of traffic for 4 miles in Atlanta. It's ridiculous. But I had to go do that just to get it back. I pop it in yesterday, day before yesterday. It was yesterday. It was yesterday because I was talking about it in Discord. And the first cutscene was going fine. I got through the very first, here, fight this little thing that pops up on your grandpa's back. Grandpa the Titan. In the next cutscene, the words and the video were off. The words were ahead of the video on there. And I'm like, oh no. All right, well, maybe it'll clear itself up. All of a sudden, the game just crashes for no reason. And I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, this game just does not want me to play it. I don't know what's going on. I Googled it. Apparently a ton of people are having issues with this game crashing. I just think that the hardware is too baby for this big game that they wanted to try and bring out. After last night, I played through chapter 1 and I am obsessed with the story and game. And Brian says that this game is literally cutscene the game. But that's fine with me because I like playing
it changes a lot. Just keep playing. It's
okay.
It doesn't
You
do
didn't
that
like
anymore.
it, right, Donnie?
I didn't. That was the thing. Is my first 3.5 hours with that game, like streaming. If you watch me stream, you can see it on my face. I'm so excited. I'm like, this game is amazing. I can't wait to play more. I played another 8.5 hours and was like, is it ever gonna do anything good again? Is it just all bad from there? And I kept playing.
Is that like where you stop at like 10 hours? Is that like your limit if you don't like a game? Like you don't give it more than that?
I wish so, but I played it for like 18 hours and then I finally quit. Like
Donnie.
I kept playing and I was just like, is it gonna get better? Like
Is it like the franchise, right? So you just want to love this game.
I loved Xenoblade X a lot. I played it so much. I enjoyed it so much. And yeah, there's just not a lot of that here.
But did you not like it because it kept doing the cutscene thing?
No,
or
it doesn't do that anymore.
So it just open worlds you and drops off, and then you're just like, have fun. Do whatever you
And
want.
then it's monotonous battle, like repetitive battle over and over and over again. It's fetch quest. It's framey.
See, I like
it's
fetch
muddy
quests.
textures. I like them too. But like this is like serious fetch quests. Like
Okay,
I need an apple. Go get me an apple across the map and back. And it's just like, really?
Oh,
And then you get back and it's like I need 3 more of those apples.
This is what happened tonight. I played through chapter 1 last night. I absolutely loved it. I was obsessed with it. Brian did not watch it with me, and I told him when I got into bed with him last night, I said, Pyra is mine. He likes her because, she's well endowed, and of course, she's a beautiful woman, he says. Pyra's mine, he says. I said, oh, no, Pyra's mine.
So now we're arguing over anime characters. Got it.
We arguing. Yeah. Nia's actually my favorite character so far. I love Nia. But I made him watch everything that he missed tonight. Started playing chapter 2 tonight. I get through maybe about 4 cutscenes into the middle of what's the Gorlati? What's it called?
I don't know.
Okay, but anyway, where the Titan that Nia is home to,
Right.
You get to that first open area where you've got to go across and get to the city.
Yep.
I get to a cutscene and the game crashed again.
Oh, no.
So I lost about 30 minutes of progress, and Brian just said, "You got to save after every cutscene because this is nuts."
The funny thing is, when you were talking about that in Discord, I can't. Of all the time I played, never had one crash. Never had anything remotely close to a crash.
Did you download it?
Nope. I'd feel really upset if I downloaded it. No, but I've already put it on Amazon. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm selling it. Like, I'm not going to play this anymore.
Oh, that's depressing.
It's just, and I like it. I like the battle system, but after 15 hours of the battle system, it's like, I don't need to do this for another 80 hours.
See, I love the grind of JRPGs, so I guess
do
it's
too,
just a different...
when they're fun. Like, Xenoblade X had all kinds of grind. And I enjoyed it because it was a button mashy grindy thing. I was smacking the crap out of the X button, waiting to get my mech. And then when I got my mech, I did it all over again. It was fun. There's no mech in this game. And I don't know why. Like, that's the thing. I'm like, why am I going to do this for another 60 hours? And to that, like, just to finish the story, I could YouTube it. Like, like, it wasn't fun. That's all. I just wasn't having fun with it.
I'm already so enveloped in the story, though, that
We'll see.
I'm obsessed with it, and no. I'm
see.
serious. I'm serious.
I'm with you. I was with you.
Get to?
I was there. I think I almost got done with chapter 4, and then I started playing Assassin's Creed, and I was like, Assassin's Creed's way better than this. I'm gonna keep playing Assassin's Creed, and
See, I
I'm
don't
not
have
gonna
Assassin's
play this
Creed on
there you
my
go.
game
See,
to
I
play
had
with,
that new game smell. I was like, look at this other game. You're just playing.
How many
Xenoblade.
chapters are in the game?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know.
Like, are you like halfway through, a tenth of the way through?
No. I was like, say maybe.
Probably not. There's probably
not
at least
even
10.
a quarter, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
No
long
incentive
game.
link games.
All the reviews said it was like 85 hours to beat it if you were like main questing it. So
Oh, that's a lot.
it's a lot. If you know if
Yeah.
you're not really having a whole lot of fun, and like it really gets muddy and the textures take a hit and then the performance starts taking a hit, it gets real framey. Especially when you get more blades, I was just like, nope.
Yeah, because
I don't want
each
this.
person gets 3, and you can have up to 3 drivers in your party, right?
Right. And you start doing all those animations and it starts to chug, and then when all the other animals start to come and party up, I mean, it's just like, nope, I don't need any of this.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of, because I mean,
Yep.
if it's struggle busing to just play a cutscene
It's coming.
and crashes, but I did read online that the problems that people were having with it were people with physical carts, not the downloads.
Right.
So I'm wondering if there's just not enough space on the little bitty cart.
Or just the read speed. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I wasn't enjoying it, so I hope you do. I know Kahlo is. He keeps talking about it.
I know. Every time
we'll
I log
see.
on to every time I log on, he's already playing.
There you go. I'm just waiting
What
for
have you been playing, Donnie?
Chelsea, I work for emergency management in the city of Atlanta, if you didn't know.
Okay.
And this past weekend, we had some snow. And if you remember from a couple years ago, if you follow American news at all, Chelsea's in Canada, if you didn't know, Caroline.
Yes.
Atlanta made national headlines for basically becoming rendered useless after like an inch and a half of snow and ice. Like just people stranded, kids stranded, terrible, terrible mess. The weather service on Friday said, hey, you might see an inch of snow. And they weren't completely wrong. Like in downtown Atlanta, we did fine. We had maybe an inch and a half, and GDOT in Atlanta did an amazing job. At my home, though, which is about 2 counties away, we got almost a foot of snow.
Oh, wow.
Yes, we got real snow.
I didn't know that it was
not
almost a
like
foot.
Atlanta flurry snow. Like
I was going to say, if you guys
real-
can't deal with a skiff, then a foot is like...
We have been without power. We were without power from Friday until yesterday evening. I had to go to work. Friday, I worked from Friday, like let's just say 0600, like 6 a.m. Friday.
Yeah.
I worked all the way through Saturday at like 3 in the afternoon, maybe got 3 hours of sleep. I come home Saturday night. I'm completely dead tired. I have no power. My kids are all wrapped up in blankets and hoodies and toboggans. My wife's telling me, she's like, it'll be fine. We were fine last night. I'm like, okay. I'm too tired to really argue. So we all lay down. I fall asleep. I wake up at like 2 a.m. I'm freezing. It's like 28 degrees. I feel like an awful parent. I'm like, what in the world? So I'm looking around, and everybody's got flashlights. I have camping gear, like some survival stuff. Like we have lanterns and stuff. I was like, why didn't you get the lantern? She's like, I didn't know that we had those. So I'm running around the house with a flashlight like 4 in the morning, 20 degrees, getting the lanterns out so I can light up the house. And as soon as the sun broke, I go on this quest, this adventure across the state, because every generator and kerosene heater that you could find for 50 miles was sold out.
Of course.
I drive all the way to the other side of the city, an hour away, to get a generator and a kerosene heater and come back. And then my wife had to go to a gig that night. So I lit up the house with, I lit up the PlayStation, 2 lamps and a TV, and a Wi-Fi card off the generator, and then a kerosene heater in the room, and we all piled up in the living room. We watched movies, and we made mac and cheese and oatmeal, and like we just had a little survivalist camp for a few days. But needless to say, I didn't play many games because I was working, and then when I wasn't working, I was working at home, and I didn't get much sleep.
Working to keep warm,
Yeah,
all
you're
that
basically
fun
good for
stuff.
camping.
Pretty much. So that was fun. It kind of derailed up until this point. Actually, up until Chelsea, you said, "Hey, 9:45 works better for me than 9." I hadn't played the DLC, but I actually cracked it open just an hour ago. So I did the first 4 shrines before the thing breaks and goes off into the world. So I did those. It was cool. I did read online that a lot of people wanted more story out of it, so I'm hoping not to be one of those people. I hope the story is really good, but because that's what I've been waiting on. But there were a lot of people that was like, I guess they thought it felt like fetch questy or tedious or something, which you kind of alluded to, but we'll see. So I did those. I do have a UPS story that I can share, even though this is Nintendo Shack. We're barely skiffing on some Nintendo stuff. My UPS story is good.
We need to have good.
So it's good in the sense that it's gonna it makes your story seem awful. So I'm here to just like rub some salt in the wound. I bought a mattress.
Donnie, I'm disappointed because you led me to believe that this was going to.
You're going to love the story.
This was going to trump my story.
It is. It totally trumps your story.
No, and that it was going to add fuel to the fire, and that we were going to like band together against UPS.
Oh no! I can't.
Forever be FedEx fanboys.
I bought a mattress. Like, our bed sucks. It sucked for a long time. I was like, I'm going to buy a mattress and redo this. It's kind of like a Christmas present. So I bought this mattress on Amazon, and it's got like all these reviews and everything, and it's like a foam mattress and it like rolls out, and it's like, honestly, it's super cheap. It's like, I don't know, $200, something like that. I was like, this is cool.
It's that really small one, right? That like you have to like unravel it when it comes to your...
Yes, it comes like compressed and vacuum sealed and all. Exactly. So I buy this mattress, and Caroline has been sharing her UPS story on Twitter for weeks, and actually
it's been a week.
Her Xenoblade and my Xenoblade shipped from the same center. I got it launch day, and hers just got lost in the world somewhere. And mine went to like New Jersey and still got here on time. And so
yeah.
So I get this message: hey, your mattress, 2-day delivery, Prime delivery. Your mattress is on the way. I'm like, oh, that's cool. So I'm following the truck all day. I'm following on the little map. It's moving along. I see it. It's like right next to my house when I'm home. It's like literally across the neighborhood. And then I go to check it after dinner, and all of a sudden it's back at the warehouse. Like it had come and left and never got delivered. And I was like, oh, that's weird. So then the next day I noticed it never left. It's the little truck stayed on the map. So I call and I go, hey, I watched the truck, and I even took screenshots because Caroline kind of had me on UPS watch.
High alert.
So I was like, hey, my mattress is supposed to be delivered. What's the deal? Like, what's going on? I saw it across the street yesterday. They're like, we don't know. We'll have to look into that. The next day, guess what happened? Map disabled. Like,
oh yeah, no. You told me that. You told me that. Like,
yeah, map is disabled. Also, the tracking history that's been updated for the previous 2 days completely gone. Now it just says arrived at unit. They just completely disappeared. So I contact Amazon. I go, hey, what's the deal? And I send them all these screenshots, and they go, we believe they lost your package. I'm like, okay, like we're going to contact them to figure it out. I'm like, whatever. So the snow happens. I'm not worried about it. I'm just going to work, making fun of Caroline about Xenoblade not coming. And I get this alert, hey, you've got a tracking for the thing. And I'm like, that's cool. And I get another alert, hey, it's supposed to be delivered today. I get another alert, hey, it's supposed to be delivered today. I'm like, what in the world's going on? Come home, 2 mattresses. I got 2 of them. They shipped another one, and the other one found its way. So I got a buy one, get one free mattress from UPS.
Oh my God.
So
that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing.
What if you had 2 Xenoblades?
But you know what? At least you were comfortable in the cold.
Yes, though.
I'm sorry. What was it, Chelsea?
It still shows the incompetence of UPS. It still it backs you up, Caroline. Like it still shows that they're not doing their job over there, apparently.
Definitely does. So I thought I'd share that. The other game that I did play, I touched on it last week, is a game that I want to play. It's called Phantom Breaker Battle Overgrounds Overdrive. It's a Japanime beat 'em up. It's on rails. It's got a foreground, background thing. You've got different little anime characters, girls' little frilly outfits and whatnot. You change the colors and have mouse ears and bunny ears and all that. If you liked Castle Crashers or Final Fight or anything like that, I really enjoyed it. I did a stream. I played 90 minutes of it, hour and a half. My first hour and a half of the game. It's got a Xenoblade-like RPG system. You unlock different abilities. You unlock your different skill trees, and you just go through it and beat them up. It's $10. Looks great, runs great. So if you're looking for a button masher, if you're bored with Xenoblade like me, give it a try because you might get something out of it and play it a little bit more. So
is it co-op?
Yes, it does have co-op and leaderboards, so you can play online and rank and point match against other folks. It's fun. The story's decent. They do that old age thing where they start the game. You've got all the powers. You feel awesome. You beat the crap out of everybody, and then they take your powers away from you, send you to another dimension, and now you have to take out the 9 other characters and regain your powers to ultimately find your revenge and save your sister and all that. So
like Shantae.
Kind of, yes. It's really good. Actually, I would say it's really good. It's one of those, it'll probably never ever get really any attention just because of the type of game it is. But if you're into that type of stuff, the way it looks and the way it's presented and the way that it plays and the amount of stuff that's there is really good. You can play with multiple characters. You can run it back. So, yeah, $10. There's not a whole lot of indie games for $10. So it's good stuff. So.
Although Canadian, that's probably like $37. So
you gotta wait for UPS.
Yeah. Although we
right.
have like Uber drivers deliver our Amazon here. It's really weird.
Really?
We don't. Yeah, I don't know if it's Uber drivers. I don't think Uber is partnered with them, but like I'll look outside and there'll be a random person in their like Chevy Malibu outside, and I'm like, why is this person walking up to my door? Oh, they're delivering my Amazon package. Cool.
Nice.
Whatever.
I guess if everybody's real trust, yeah, I don't know if I just imagine people would like load up a car and just leave.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the story is with that, but yeah, I've seen like just random cars all the time. But I get my packages on time usually, so
I wish
better than UPS apparently.
So, as Caroline mentioned last week, we were doing the Shack live while the Game Awards is going on. Caroline's completely interrupting the show. Bayonetta's dropping, all the stuff. What we didn't get to cover is that, yes, Zelda did win Breath of the Wild Game of the Year.
Woo!
There you go. Must deserved. I've went on and waxed poetic about that game for forever. It also won Best Game Direction, Best Action Adventure Game. Super Mario Odyssey, Best Family Game. Metroid Samus Returns, Best Handheld Game, which was weird because that was basically just Best 3DS Game. It like had its own category.
And it's really kind of just like a port of the original.
No, I wouldn't call it I wouldn't call it a port.
They changed it up, but
they changed it a lot. If you look at the old one, they changed it a lot.
Right.
Best Strategy Game, Mario Rabbids, one of my favorite Switch games. Better than Mario Odyssey, says Donnie. Continue to say that. That game's better than Mario Odyssey. So I honestly just wanted to get your guys' quick thoughts on what you thought of the Game Awards. I've said my piece on it. I've never really been a huge fan of the Game Awards, just because I just feel like it's more of marketing hype than anything else. I would say, though, this year, even though I didn't watch it live, the amount of announcements and trailers and things they had really made it feel like a bigger event than I think it ever has. So kudos to them. I think next year I might pay more attention. What did you think, Chelsea?
Well, so I started about halfway through because I had to put the kid to bed. And so today, knowing we were talking about this, I'm like, maybe I better watch the beginning. And it kind of seems like a bit of a gong show, honestly. Like, I hope that they'll continue to get more organized, but I think I was reading that they had 3 times the viewers this year. Yeah. So that's pretty good. I mean, the more it grows, the better it's going to be, obviously. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it was an award show, I guess. I'm not a big fan of award shows in general, but if I have to watch one, I'm going to watch a gaming one. As far as what Nintendo won, I think Game of the Year, I voted for Zelda, so I'm happy that that one. Strategy, I haven't played Mario Rabbids yet, but I know for sure that will be my pick because I'm not a strategy gamer, but just watching that game, I'm like, I think I'd enjoy that a lot. Mario Odyssey, I'm not sure about that one. I think even though Mario Kart's kind of old news, I still think that's a better family game that gets people. I mean, that's a game that you contact anyone on your family list, they know what Mario Kart is.
Yep, everybody loves it.
Everyone loves it, and even the people that don't game are the first to say, like, "Oh, I know Mario Kart. I don't game, but I bet you I could play that." It's a very easy to pick up game. So I don't know. I think that one maybe could have won. So yeah.
Caroline.
Well, we know my thoughts, sort of.
Oh, no.
I was stoked about Breath of the Wild winning. Of course, I was not surprised. I mean, it was kind of the writing was on the wall the whole time, and I didn't see anything over the year, especially even Super Mario Odyssey. While I liked it a lot, and while I originally said, I wish that there were 2 Game of the Year awards that we could give out because both of these are really good. I didn't play Super Mario Odyssey 250 plus hours like I did Zelda. And I think the time that I put into that game is a testament as to just how good it was. I'm like, Zelda is my number 1 IP. It's my favorite, but I don't think I've ever put that much time into a Zelda game. I don't think we've ever had anything that chock full. So not only was it great for the IP and for just the fandom in general, I think it got a lot of people wanting to buy the system. I think people that had played a Zelda game maybe early 90s, like Link to the Past, or they'd played an Ocarina of Time and they hadn't played a Zelda game in years, were interested in getting this game. So I think that was probably one of the biggest things that made it a Game of the Year thing. As for the drops that they did, the way that they dropped the DLC was fantastic.
It's out right now.
Yeah, y'all started, and like I knew that y'all were gonna be casting. I was just like, oh my god, they need to know. So I like got in chat and I was like, guys, right now, we can download it right now. But I didn't download it until next day just because I was so busy watching and I had to go to sleep and go to work the next day. And then Bayo dropped. And I think it was Adam, Art of Adam on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the Nintendo Dads cast. Adam Leonhardt. He's a great artist and I love their cast.
Megadeth.
But that's right. Megadeth. He said, why did Reggie make an appearance for a non-Nintendo developed game? And he said that it was disappointing. And I was like, he's there probably because you have 2 games that are nominated for Game of the Year. And yes, he's out speaking. But I told him, I said, I think it's a humongous power play that not only are we going to announce that Bayonetta 1 and 2 are coming to the Switch, like I figured they were going to get ported anyway.
Right, yeah. Platinum's been hinting at ports with Wonderful 1 and Bayonetta for a while now.
Right. But not... Nintendo is the one that brought Bayonetta 2 out from, after Sega dropped it and said, we don't think that this thing has a future. They brought it out from the darkness and made it an exclusive for the Wii U. And Reggie's coming on here saying, hey, by the way, we've got Bayonetta 3 to tease for you.
Yep.
It's a Nintendo exclusive, saying, we're in this for the long haul. We're keeping her. Nobody else can have her. This is our baby now.
Yeah, I was going to say, at this point, Nintendo owns Bayonetta. I mean, they published Bayonetta 2.
Exactly.
It's exclusive to Switch and the Wii U. And now they're publishing Bayonetta 3. And at this point, you've got 2 sequels. If it's successful enough to warrant another one, you've got to think Nintendo will publish it again. Like, I think Nintendo, they have a hard time getting bigger third-party games. We've always known that. Specifically, I think, on large reason because of their hardware that they choose to sell. So they look at Bayonetta as like, hey, this is our big get in that market. You're a core gamer, right? And you're playing your Call of Duties and whatnot. We have Bayonetta, right. And if you want to play it, you got to play it here. And that's their one try at it. And I think it's a good fit. I mean, they threw it in Smash.
I know. The fact that they brought her in Smash was kind of also a testament
as to,
hey, yeah, this is our girl now.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's odd that he was upset about that. Like, when I think Bayonetta, I think Nintendo.
You do know, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Xbox fanboys, though, are so salty about it because, the people that did play the original Bayonetta on Xbox were really mad that, they didn't get to play the sequel because they didn't have it. They didn't have a Wii U.
Yep.
I think that's giving people an opportunity because I think, obviously, we're going to talk about how more people have a Switch than a Wii U, but it's just, I don't know. You can't be salty about something where if Nintendo had not stepped in, you wouldn't have even had a second game created.
That's true. Yeah, because nobody else was going to pay for it. Nope. Okay. Well, Chelsea, you did mention that Trending Gamer Award. Thoughts?
Oh, I don't even think you want me to start. I could go on like an hour rant about this.
Quick thoughts?
I don't get on my feminist horse very often. In fact, I could say I don't get on it like ever. But we had the chance to vote a girl in for the first time ever. And I just think it's such a disservice that she didn't get it. I really do. I really think... No, I think it was a disservice. I think that she deserved it. Given, I don't know the winner, the Dr. Disrespect. Yeah. Okay, sorry. I love puns, so I just didn't catch it fast enough. I don't know him, so I'm guessing he's obviously a pretty big deal because, you don't win that without an audience. But I don't know. His speech was... I don't know. Greg Miller last year, his speech was amazing. And I know, no one could probably ever top that. But come on, at least try. And he didn't even seem grateful for it. I don't know. I'm a big fan of Andrea, and I think that she should have won. But I won't go further into that because I'll probably just get mad.
I voted for Andrea, and it's really... I can't say that I'm a big fan of hers as much as I'm a big fan of What's Good Games. So Andrea and I think, have... diametrically opposed opinions. I've been hearing her trumpet Assassin's Creed and Horizon all year long while she continues to hate her Zelda, and I'm like, we just couldn't see eye to eye on games enough. That said, I do respect the amount of work, and I like the content she provides. I'm not really into the streaming scene. I know of Dr. Disrespect from some of the other PSVG members. Apparently he did a lot of PUBG stuff. I would admit that I was a little let down by the speech as well. I do think Andrea may have been a little more eloquent, but I love What's Good Games Girls and Steimer and everybody they're going on. So she got my vote. So,
well, and you don't have to agree with someone to think that they're good at what they do. I mean, I agree with you. I don't. She talks about Horizon too much. I didn't like Horizon. We won't get into that.
Right.
I put 70 hours into that game, and it wasn't for me. But she does talk about how she does like Zelda. She just doesn't think it, should get the attention that it's gotten, I guess. But yeah, I think that she's very good at what she does and what she does on Kind of Funny and what she does on What's Good Games. But I agree. I don't necessarily agree with her views on specifically Horizon.
Particular games. I would say the thing I like about her most is I really think she does a great job of like keeping the pulse of like gamers. Like she's always up to date, like on the latest, new buzzworthy trends. Like I learned so much from her. She always seems like ahead. She's like, let me tell you about this, vocal minority and why they're upset and why they should have a right to be upset. Like she's kind of like a voice, which I do appreciate. Yes, she does. Okay.
Even though she did not get picked, though, I think it was a huge thing for Carol Shaw to get the Industry Icon Award, though.
Oh yeah.
She was. I had no idea all of the stuff that she did for Atari, and
that was one of the cool moments of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So getting into some news before we have got a couple questions and we'll wrap up. But getting into some news, I kind of wanted to blend this in a little thing. So we talked about all these awards that Nintendo has. We know they're riding high. The news came out this week that they have sold 10 million Switches in 9 months.
Woo!
For anybody that owned a Wii U, that should be a shocking, shocking number. Wii U sold 14 million lifetime. Switch has almost caught their last generation in less than a year. It'd be interesting to see how well it'll do through holidays, and maybe at this point, I wouldn't even rule it out. I don't think it'll get 14 by March, but I wouldn't rule it out.
I don't think they produce that much.
Yeah, I was like, I wouldn't rule it out. I didn't think they'd get to 10. I was thinking like 6. They got to 10. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. So I just kind of wanted to ask you guys, let's kind of recap the year. I mean, this is, we're going to go on a Christmas break. So next week will be our last show, and we're going to take a couple weeks off. I know most of PSVG is doing the same. So, I mean, what a year it has been to be a part of the Nintendo Shack. We've got the Switch. We've got all these first-party games. We've got third-party games. The Super Nintendo Classic. I mean, it really feels like Nintendo's back. So, Chelsea, 2017 Nintendo. How you feeling?
I am so happy. I mean, we have supported Nintendo from the beginning. If they make a system, we buy it, even if we don't necessarily stand by it. Mm. Although I liked the Wii U, I really did. We own 2 of them, so I mean, we helped their sales there a little bit. But I mean, now Sean and I each own a Switch as well, and I haven't had nearly the time to play it as much as. I mean, it came out the same month my kid was born, so that was not helpful for us.
The kid's name?
Link.
There we go.
I mean, right? I mean, we're Nintendo fans.
Right.
I am just so happy. Like, even just watching the awards and seeing all the nominations they got, it's like, yes, Nintendo is back and they're strong. And the games they're releasing are unbelievable. I'm waiting for Fallout 4 to come to the Switch. That'll be it. You'll never hear from me ever again after that. But even Skyrim, I mean, that's huge for them. And I know it's a port. I know some people are kind of
it's selling
salty about that.
People love it.
So I mean, Zelda, Mario, new Mario Rabbids, like who would have thought that one was coming? Everything. It makes me very happy. They just need to get their virtual console going, and then people will stop being so angry at them. But even mobile games too. Like, I know that didn't start in 2017, but like that was huge for them too. Like, they just seem to be everywhere. Like, there's cereal now, and who doesn't want amiibos? Who doesn't? Everyone knows what an amiibo is, even though it has the most ridiculous name. It's suddenly relevant again. Nintendo is relevant. People are talking about it, and it's really, really exciting.
It's always more fun when Nintendo's involved. Like they just kind of add some spice to the mix. Whereas you kind of have the others doing this arms race, but in a lot of ways they're just very similar. You know, there's like just rebranded same thing. Whereas Nintendo's just like quirky oddness that, you know, really just gives you a different taste, different palate cleanser.
Brian and I were talking about that. We were talking about how, you know, we just like Nintendo because between Xbox and Sony, it's literally who can make the most hyper-realistic first-person shooter.
Hey, man, I like those Ks.
And rehash it. I mean, like, that's why I don't own an Xbox system and I don't own a Sony system, and I'm into the different stuff. Like if I want something, if I want a shooter, I'm gonna play Splatoon. Like I was never into a first person shooter type thing. I played my fair share of them, but I was never interested in the shooting genre until Splatoon came out for the Wii U. Dadgummit. I mean, we had, Zelda at launch. We had a few other little indie type. We had Bomberman. Did Bomberman come out at launch?
Well, not
I'm
launch.
talking about at launch.
I got you. Well, Shovel Knight. That Shovel Knight pack was great at launch.
Oh, right.
Arms was shortly after launch. Snipper Clips.
Puyo Tetris.
Puyo, yes.
That was so much
Mario
fun.
Kart 8 Deluxe. But yeah, then in the summer, we started getting all these indie titles that were finally, finished up. Some of them I've downloaded and I haven't been able to finish. I haven't even played Golf Story. I downloaded it. I downloaded Yono the other day. Haven't played Yono yet.
Play Golf Story.
Okay, we have to take a little break here. What is Golf Story? Because I have not heard of it.
Stop!
And I feel like I need to know about it.
I enjoy Golf Story so much that I bought a canvas for it and put it over my head.
Okay, so is it actually a golf game, or is it like Nintendo's weird thing where they name something golf game and it has nothing to do with golf?
It's an RPG, kind of like a Pokemon, kind of like an old school RPG, like an Earthbound that just happens to play golf, and it's got a lot of funny golf puns. But you're unlocking puzzles and finding unlocking mansions and talking to all the NPCs and getting all of your little stuff. And there's like funny like 80s play on words like Rocky references and things like that you'll find along the way, and it's pretty short, maybe 10-hour game, really good color palette, but that just kind of revolves around a very simple like Mario Golf RPG, kind of like the Mario Golf GBA games, very similar to those, similar to those, and it's great. $14.99.
And how many US? Oh, okay. Nice.
Love it.
Might have to check that out.
You absolutely
$39.99 in Canada.
I know. I thought I can't make that joke twice, so I'm glad you said it.
Yeah, I mean, it has been an amazing year. I got to eat crow. Last year, I'm not even sure. I think I want to say last spring, we did a show called Wii U Remember Me, and it was kind of like our farewell to the Wii U. And I listened back to it recently, like maybe a week ago, and I said the Wii U is my favorite console, and I realized that if I think about that now, having the Switch in my hands, how kind of dumb that sounds, because the Switch in so many ways is better than the Wii U. And what I think I meant to say was that the Wii U is like my favorite time, and I do think I elaborated on the podcast. It's kind of what led me to do PSVG. It's kind of what led me to find the other people that make up PSVG, how much I enjoyed the games that I played on Wii U. And it kind of was like the groundswell for how much fun all this Switch ride has been on. And like it all kind of started there with like the punishment and the taking it on the chin that we took, all Nintendo collective gamers took during the Wii U, to come out of the gates with the Switch. It's so exciting to be on the ride. It has been an incredible ride. And 3DS, one of the questions we got was, does 3DS have a future? I played Metroid. I played Fire Emblem. I feel like Fire Emblem is getting lost. It was so good. And then Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, which is under the Christmas tree. I can't wait to jump in. Nintendo didn't really like it, but we'll see.
No, I can't exactly say that I haven't liked it. I still haven't played past Route 1.
You're just more of the same. Yeah, it's been an amazing year. But yeah, anyway, let's close that. Let's get in. We got a couple questions, and I think they're really good ones, so I want to get to them. First one comes from Casey. He says, with Nintendo looking to partner with other mobile devs to continue their mobile game focus, what Nintendo mobile game would you like to see? This stems from a news article where Nintendo did a presser saying that they're looking for I don't know, like second party relationships, kind of like they did with DNA, to kind of come up with new ways to use Nintendo Mobile. I have an idea that I think I've shared on the PSVG podcast in the past, and I'll bring up again. Caroline, I know you have an idea.
I was talking about Disney Magic Kingdoms earlier to Chelsea. Gameloft develops that game. Gameloft also developed a game based off the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic series, which is basically kind of in the same vein that you're collecting every single character that you possibly can. When I played it, I had probably about 100 and some odd ponies. Same model, you know, it's just we've got different colors on them. Wouldn't it be amazing if Nintendo partnered with Gameloft and had a sort of have your own Nintendo land where you collect all of the Nintendo characters from all the IP?
Would you tie it into the actual game Nintendo Land and have like any type of games like that too with the IPs?
I never played Nintendo Land.
I would love to see Nintendo come back. Yeah, I love Nintendo Land. I'd love to see it come back.
Fun.
I like that idea. Nintendo Land, the app.
I mean, like, in the way that Magic Kingdoms has a Tomorrowland and a Fantasyland, you'd have a Mushroom Kingdom, you'd have a Hyrule, you'd have a
This is good.
Yeah, type thing. But your characters would mingle between all of the areas.
Yeah.
And I mean, you would get your most obscure Mario characters like Gino from RPG. You'd get you know, a regular you'd get Samus, and you'd get to change out her costumes. Like the costumes would be purchasable. That's one of the features of Mario.
What would you play?
What do you mean?
Like, what do you do? Like, what's the game? Like, I get you. You got the Nintendo Land. You got all the Nintendo characters, but what are you doing?
It's like one of those kingdom builders where you build the attractions. Or
okay. Took me a minute. I haven't played Magic Kingdom. Okay, got it.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, you're building the attractions for your theme park. And the My Little Pony one, I think you were just building like all of the shops for the ponies to like Mr. and Mrs. Cake had their bakery, so you would build the bakery for them. So I mean, like Princess Peach's castle, Ganon's castle, all sorts of like cool landmarks in these games that could be. You could build the Corneria for the Star Fox area. I just think that there'd be a lot of neat things that you could do with that.
Sure.
Maybe I should pitch this to them. But
copyrighted. PSVG owns that idea.
The problem that I have with Gameloft, though, is they're money grabbers. They have sucked about $150 of my money. And no, I'm serious. In just the Magic Kingdoms game alone, and Kevin can attest because
they spend lots of money on this game. They do. Chelsea.
Well, that was a really creative answer. So now I'm feeling like I need to revisit mine, but I'm not going to because there's not enough time. If I could have a game on mobile, the only game I would ever want is Dr. Mario. I could just give me Dr. Mario in every form and I would be very happy. Or Puyo Puyo Tetris, which I always feel like I'm saying wrong under pressure. And it's tough because on a game, like I want a game I can play on my phone. Like in a perfect world, I'd have Mario Kart 8, but that's not a realistic phone game. So, I mean, something I can actually play that's, accessible on my small little phone screen, I think is like a puzzle game. So
Dr. Mario
my pick would be Dr. Mario.
Dr. Mario would be great because when you said it to me, I'm thinking you tapped a screen to rotate, you swiped a screen to throw down. Yeah. You move left and right to move it back and forth, and then the board's vertical anyway. I mean, yeah, exactly. That's a perfect fit.
It's like built for mobile.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I want to throw out what I think is the easy one, but it's not the one that I want. The easy one I think is Pokemon. I think a lot of people would love to have a Pokemon RPG on a phone because there's no real like control like button press. It's just like picking options. So you could totally like swipe, hold to walk forward, and then when you're in battle, press the attack you want to use and use that attack. You could make people pay for Pokeballs or whatever. Like you could make a ton of money doing that. I can only imagine how much money they could print doing that. That's not my option. The answer that I've always wanted, I want the Nintendo Amiibo app. I want it to be like this little Amiibo mini game, but I want you to be able to register your Amiibo on your phone and then use your phone to scan your Amiibo in the game. Every phone has like an NFC reader.
Yeah.
I have amiibo cards. I don't collect statues anymore. Like I'm done. I can't carry statues with me. The Switch is portable. I need to be able to take my amiibo, scan it. This is my Link. Name it, dress it up, give it different colors, do whatever I want. And then when I'm playing Zelda Breath of the Wild, put my phone on the Switch, there's my amiibo. I can swip out new ones. Here's my Zelda amiibo. Why they haven't done that? Seems like a match.
That's really clever.
Made in heaven. We need the Nintendo Amiibo app.
I would have a catalog of about 600.
They could even microtransaction like costumes and stuff. And if they ever made it like in game, oh my god, it would print money. Like your Link can wear this pink tunic.
Can you imagine
$1?
if we catalog every single one of those Animal Crossing amiibo cards? Because I got 400 of them. Okay.
Yep.
Oh my god!
If you could walk around with all of your amiibo in your pocket, that's where they need to get to. That's my only problem with amiibo. They're great for shelves and stuff. I still have some. I got all my Pokemon ones and my retro ones, but they're not functional anymore. When you have to take the Switch with you, you can't carry 30 amiibo. You can't like have a backpack of amiibo. Like
I beg to differ. I got the box. I'll have to bring my box out one day and show you guys.
We'll
so you
do
guys
that.
both open your amiibos then. That's what we're...
I do.
I have cards. I've gone pirate now. Like, I've got cards, so yeah.
I used to keep mine in box, and then it got to the point that I was like, these are collecting dust, and I kind of want to use them.
Nice. The last question that we have, and this is a really good one, and I kind of want to bend off of it a bit, because Jason and I got to talk about next year, and you guys haven't yet, so I want to give you an opportunity to do so. David Ray writes, with 2 Game of the Year contenders in 2017, I'm of the mindset that Nintendo will have a slower start to next year. What ways do you think they can keep the momentum up for the holidays? So let's answer that, and then I would like to hear you two tell me what you're excited about for 2018. Caroline.
Yeah, it's going to be slow. And it's going to be something that they're going to have to deal with. I think the release of Animal Crossing for Pocket Camp was a good idea towards the holidays because they're giving us that first taste of an event. And I really like the Christmas event. And I'm interested to see, like what they'll do for Valentine's Day and what they'll do for Easter. And I think that on the mobile side, they've got it going. Like Fire Emblem Heroes is a huge hit. I don't play it anymore, but apparently that thing is bank.
I still play it.
Yeah. I just got to the point where it was like, oh, you got 1 weekend to collect all these things. And I was like, there's too much stress. I can't do it. But as for the Switch, we've got Kirby and Yoshi coming out in Q1, I think. I don't know if that's enough to tide us over. I mean, you've got a few months before Q1 could officially be over, and it's a bit disconcerting because I don't think we have anything after the holidays until those names come out, and I don't know. What the question was? How can we keep up momentum?
Yep.
DLC, I guess. Xenoblade just got some information about the expansion pass.
Right. Yep.
Mentioned.
And a big patch update. They're working on things. So.
Gee, I wonder if it fixed my problems.
Probably not.
That would be my question, or excuse me, my response to the question. DLC is, they've been doing a good job with it. It's not out of the park expensive, and it's not a ripoff.
It's true.
So.
No, yep, I agree with you. Chelsea, how's Nintendo keep the momentum rolling into 2018? And what are you looking forward to doing in 2018?
I am looking forward to playing the 2017 games that I haven't played.
Right? Yeah, no, I'm right there with you.
But is Metroid coming out in 2018, or does that even have a date yet?
It doesn't have a date, but I'm not expecting it now.
So I agree. I think DLC is the way for Nintendo to keep going. They do DLC really, really well, I think. I think that it's reasonably priced. I feel like anytime I get DLC through Nintendo, I'm telling people like this was a good deal rather than, other DLC and you go like, it was good. I got 6 hours of play. Like the maps on Mario Kart, like that's what they need to do. They just need to keep releasing maps on Mario Kart. That would make me super happy.
I mean, Splatoon 2 is
and Splatoon,
still, yeah, they're
Did
still
anybody play
giving
the clam?
No,
Battle
it
Pet?
dropped today, didn't it?
Yeah, it dropped. I haven't got to play it yet.
No, I haven't either.
Okay.
But yeah, Splatoon 2 is Splatoon 1 was, the gift that kept on giving, and everything was free. They just kept rolling it out until they were like, okay, we're done. I think they'll keep doing this for at least another year.
Yeah, they're going to do it for a while.
They might want to focus on third party as well. Like I can't think of any new IP Kirby and Yoshi, I don't know how excited people are for those games. I know I'm not crazy. I mean, Yoshi I'll play. Kirby,
yeah, I'm totally excited for Yoshi. Yoshi's Woolly World is great. Really want me back. Okay, so I'll recap shortly. I think they're off to a really good start. Bayonetta's in February. That's like really super close.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
We're gonna have I know folks, the Wii U owners of us probably already played them. I mean, I still have a Wii U in the box. I'm still getting Bayonetta. I wasn't like over the moon. I don't think Bayonetta 2 was a 10. I think it was more like an 8. I'm totally down to just beat up more fools as Bayonetta for a little bit. Like I'm okay with that. We're expecting to have this mythical Nintendo Direct in January. There's a placeholder for it on the Nintendo Direct page. We're eagerly all awaiting it. All rumors point to January, so maybe there's something new. Maybe they drop something. My eyes are really focused in March, the 1-year anniversary. They've kind of said that we're pushing off this online service thing, this pay-to-play online thing that they're going to do to that date. I expect when that launches, if it's not delayed again, to launch with some sort of virtual console. I really think that they're going to have you give us $10 a month, and you get all of these virtual console games. Like I'm anticipating that announcement. So that'll be big. That'll be big for momentum. They jump into, they get some Bayonetta, they get some indies. Like I'm eagerly awaiting. Was it Project Octopath Traveler and Runner 3? Yeah. Runner 3, super huge on. Like you guys got to play it if you've never heard about it. Play Runner 2. Look at Runner 2. It's fantastic. And then you get into some of that, and then maybe you get to Yoshi. Maybe you get to Kirby, and then Fire Emblem. We are getting a Fire Emblem game proper on Switch this year. It'll probably be fall, but still this year. Super excited. So I still think there's a lot we don't know. It's been a great year. There's no way they can keep up the major first party release every 5 weeks timeline. Yeah. There's just not enough development time. Nobody can do that. I mean, I think everybody's shown that. The fact that they did as much as they could, as much as they did so far, has been amazing. And I think that's why their sales are driving through the roof. But if they can get some ports to fill in, get that Smash port or something, get a couple of those to fill in the gaps.
Still waiting on the Shantae physical.
We saw those HD remakes that China's getting on the Shield. If we can get an HD Galaxy, if we can get a Twilight Princess or a Wind Waker, sprinkle some of those in, maybe a Donkey Kong. Like we're off to the races. We're doing good. So I still have a lot of faith. Don't give up on it yet. I can't say the same for 3DS. I have no idea what 3DS is doing after this. After Pokemon Sun and Moon, not a clue.
Yeah, it's about time. I think that it's going to be laid to rest.
Taken out to pasture.
Yeah. It's been a great run for it, though.
7 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
2011 or 2012? I thought it was 2011.
I don't know. I think I saw somebody tweet something that was like 7 years, but I was like, has it really been that long?
I know I got mine in 2012, so I think it's.
I got mine late too. I think a lot of people got theirs late because of the price and all that. So, hang on, I'll look it up before we sign off here. February 2011, so it was really almost 2010. But yeah,
it's been about 7 years.
That's crazy long, especially in today's market and the mobile side and all that. Anyway, that's it for us, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into Nintendo Shack. A proud member of the PSVG Podcast Network. I am Donnie, at Playing Nintendo on Twitter. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to us. Caroline, where can people find and listen to you and all of your tweets and goodness and find out more about this Disney Magical Kingdom mobile thing that you keep spreading?
You can find me at the Nintendame on Twitter. You can listen to me here because it's really the only place that I talk, except I recorded something for Kevin today for a Christmas project, and you can hear my clip there. I don't know what it is, and I'm kind of scared. He told me to trust him, so I'll trust him on that. But I'm also in the Discord every now and then when I'm complaining about UPS.
There you go. There you go. I'm pretty sure you have stock in that Disney mobile app game.
Yeah, no kidding.
Chelsea Capri like the pants. Tell
Yes.
everybody where they can find you and all the
I need
things
to
that you're
find something-
doing.
I need to find something good for my first name like Sean has, but Chelsea, I spell it different than every other Chelsea. So it's Chelsea with a Y, Capri like the pant, 23 the number.
Why 23, by the way?
It's my favorite number. It's my birthday.
It's like a Michael Jordan thing?
No, it's not.
Oh.
Everyone asks that. It's definitely not. I think it started with my birthday, and it's just a good number, I guess. But yeah, basically on Twitter, I'm hoping to start streaming at some point.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
But we'll see. Time. So I'm hoping. Sean's excited to get me hooked up on that. So
Streaming platform of choice.
Yes.
Will we find you on Twitch, Mixer, YouTube?
you'd have to ask Sean.
Oh, she's like, I don't know. He'll hit the buttons and I'll play
give me
the game.
headphones and be like, go, and I'll be like, great. So I'll be on PlayStation probably. So I don't know what that means.
Sure. Well, we'll retweet some of that stuff whenever it comes. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank you so
sounds
much
good.
for joining us. I really appreciate it. I think it's new. I've always enjoyed you when you went on other people's shows. I've always enjoyed you when you were on Bobby's show, and I always feel like the stepchild. I'm like, God, I gotta get Chelsea. So
that's
thank
so
you so
nice.
much.
Thank you.
Thank
No,
you
it
so
was
much for joining us.
Great to be here. Thanks so much.
And that's it for us. We're 6 minutes over limit, so I'm gonna get out of here real quick and fast. Everybody, as always, boys and girls, remember, never stop gaming. Thank you so much for joining us. Good night, Koopalings.
Bye.